All right, welcome back to Badbeat 14 here at Bama USA at the Commerce Casino in Commerce, California. I'm RJ Clifford next to Lateef Williams. 3 down, 9 to go. Here starting out with a 115-pound female, about 3 3-minute rounds. Let's go out to Joe Martinez to get us back going again. Take it away, Joe.
And we are set to go fight fans. Our next bout to enter the cage. 3 rounds of women's action. This in the strawweight division.
All right, we're getting ready for our first female fight of the evening. 115-pound strawweight Ashley Yoder, 1-1.
Versus the Princess of Punishment, Misha Nassiri. Team Quest versus the Compound MMA. Team Quest, well-established MMA team. Fighters like Hendo. Team Quest has his own established camp out in Temecula, California.
And you've got Ashley Yoder with a sizable 6-inch reach advantage. For heavyweights, that's a very big reach disparity. Yes. These girls weigh 115, 114 pounds respectively, and Yoder's going in there with a half foot as a height advantage against Nassiri.
And I always like the vibe of female fighters because it almost still feels like they're establishing, they're proving that, hey, we can do this too. And they fight accordingly.
A little extra chip on the shoulder for the gals.
Exactly.
All right, coming out of the cloud in the blue corner, Misha Nassiri, 1-3 as a professional. She's got the sizable height disadvantage. See how much that plays into this fight coming up here in the 4th fight of Badbeat 14. Again, I'd like to thank our sponsor, Budweiser, the main sponsor. I'll be enjoying your product when this is all over.
As well as House Foundation, as well. Keenan Lewis, one of his sponsors. Definite advocates and foundation for lupus survivors as well. Lupus is definitely a disease that's touched my family. My stepmother was a survivor of lupus. And definitely a full supporter of the research and advocacy of people who are helping out victims of lupus. You're not sure what lupus is? It is an autoimmune disorder, which antibodies mistakenly identify the body tissue as a foreign substance and attacks it. Essentially, it's like 2 fighters in a match determining to beat each other. All of a sudden, one of the fighters' corners just turns on him and helps the other fighter. So it's a very disheartening disease that you really have to have an established support group in order to be able to fight it, because you have to lean on other people as well as have your own self-strength. And definitely personally was a part of that. Princess of Pain.
And props to that stepmom of yours. Not only was she able to beat lupus, she was able to raise a young, fine fellow like yourself.
Yes.
Which could not have been easy.
Definitely no. Definitely no.
And here we take a look, the first time we take a look at Ashley Yoder, 1-1 as a professional.
500 looking for her. Essentially, she wants to say, probably establish this ain't her first win.
And of course, just a few months ago, we saw the debut of the strawweight class in the UFC, adding on to the 135-pound weight class that is already there. More and more opportunities for the women in mixed martial arts. Seems like almost every year.
And again, these are established fighters. I've trained with Carla Esperanza, who is the UFC 115-pound female champion, and
Fantastic wrestler, that is.
Fantastic. Definitely no slouch. I mean, obviously, you know, it's not a big role me with her, but still, you know, it's kind of a disadvantage because, you know, you're training there for them and they're just beating the crap out of you. Like, no, okay, you know, I'm just kind of give you some boom. No, it's no filter at all. You're here to help me and you're going to realize that. That's it.
Don't believe in the brake pedal,
no,
some of those gals.
Not at all. You know, and actually, you know, the women's sports that men and women compete in, you know, you'll actually see that. I mean, women's basketball, WNBA, and women's college basketball goes at a lot faster pace than the men's. If you notice, you know, it goes back and forth, you know. And people say it takes a certain type of guy to fight. It definitely takes a certain type of girl to be okay with getting punched in the face.
All right, let's go back to Joe Martinez for our fourth bout of the evening.
And all five fans, we are set to go with our next bout tonight. 3 rounds. This again scheduled in the women's strawweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. Her background is in karate. At 5 feet 1 inch tall, she weighed officially 114 1/2 pounds. She enters the cage tonight for the 5th time as a professional. Hailing from Oceanside, California, she is the Princess of Punishment, Misha Nassiri. And next, her opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist standing 5 feet 7 inches tall. She weighed in 115 1/2 pounds. Her professional record stands even at 1 victory and 1 defeat. Fighting out of Indianapolis, Indiana, here is Ashley Yoder. Referee in charge of the action, Mike Beltran.
All right, once again, 3 3-minute rounds as the entire prelim portion of the card will be strawweight class.
Ashley Yoder, Misha Nassiri, both definitely look for a win. Mike Beltran, the man in the middle. Come out, touch gloves.
We go Yoder, the right-handed fighter. Her left foot is forward, and we got Misha Nassiri in the black with the blue on her tape. She is the orthodox fighter. The southpaw fighter is Ashley Yoder.
Feeling each other out, giving each other a little respect. High kick. Ooh. Yoder looking for an armbar early. Doesn't have that elbow past her hip, so Nassiri be able to pull her arm out. Hammer fist by Nassiri.
Nassiri on top. Yoder looking for that triangle. She was originally. She's just climbing those hips up, looking to work a submission.
Definitely advantage of the taller fighter. Now right here, Nassiri needs to be very, very careful because her opponent's elbows are at her shoulders and she's looking to trap her arms.
So her hips. There's an armbar. This could be it. That is a very tight armbar. They look like that. It looked like almost a tap out of Yoder. Or excuse me, out of Nassiri, and that's it. Just like that, another first round finish.
That arm definitely hyperextended a bit. She's not feeling it now, but I think she's going to feel that tomorrow.
That doesn't tickle.
No.
Ashley Yoder doing a fantastic job of swiveling those hips, getting under the leg of her opponent, using that as kind of a leverage point to swip the hips over. All right, let's take a look at the replay of that fantastic armbar from bottom. Here we go. The arms over. That's very tight already right there. And watch, it looked like almost that was a punch, not a tap. It looked like it was both. And that is a broken arm right there.
Yes.
That right arm of Misha Nassiri.
Definitely hyperextended. Oh.
Now those are complicated ones. When it's a clean 90-degree break like that, it's mostly ligaments and generally that kind of damage is still nothing that's not fun, but it's definitely not something as bad as, you know, shattered bones or a really teared up like a shoulder or something.
She is no worse for the wear. Yoder definitely showing concern for her opponent because she showed that she bent it and everything. And
all right, let's go back to the center of the cage for the official decision.
Take it away, Joe.
Ladies and gentlemen, the submission comes at the official time. Armbar submission, 1 minute, 2 seconds, round number 1 for your winner, Ashley Yoder.
Ashley Yoder now 2-1 as a professional. What a fantastic first round submission by her. Textbook armbar. Start from bottom, lock it up, roll to get on top, straighten it out, and that's normally when your opponent taps, but Nassiri a little tough for her own good tonight.
Yes, yes. It's one of the unique things about MMA that my argument to people who think boxing is better, things like that. That MMA, you have your own control of the fight. You can stop the fight, you know, when you feel that you've been beat. And sometimes
let's take a look at that replay one more time. Walk me through this.
Right now she established, she swiveled her hips, the longer opponent. Oh, and Ashley definitely is extending her hips, and there you have the elbow bending the other direction.
And you have Mike Beltran immediately after she tapped and it was broken. You saw him try to kind of hold Nassiri's arm in place. Nassiri just wanted to